What does it mean to take an active role in our religious lives? The splitting of the Yam Suf is the bookend to the story of the Exodus, the same way the seventh day is the bookend to the first day of Pesach. Now, if we were to ask ourselves, in which of those stories is Bnei Israel playing a more active role? We would say the first one. They take the lamb, they sprinkle the blood, they borrow the silver and gold vessels, whereas in the splitting of the Yam Suf, it all seems to be God's miracles, and they just walk through. However, the Sfas Emes turns it on his head, and he says in the first story, they are doing preparatory things to the actual redemption. But the redemption itself is all God, like we say in the Haggadah. Whereas in the second story, they are playing an active role in the redemption itself. Where do we see this? It's not so obvious. But he says when God tells Moshe and Moshe tells the people, turn back, and that will bring the Egyptians close. That's a very scary thing for them to do. But they are taking an active role in part of the redemption, what's going to directly bring the Mitzrayim towards them. Similarly, when Moshe calls out to God, what should I do now when the Egyptians are coming near? God says, why are you calling out to me? Go forward. Yes, you don't know what to do? Figure it out yourself. You do the one to play the role. And similarly, the famous midrash of Nachshon ben Aminadav, even after Moshe lifted up his staff, Nachshon is saying, if God isn't doing it, we have to do it. Don't wait for it to be provided outside. We have to be the ones that are actively playing a role. And I think this is a key message all the time and in the time of Corona. We too often want our religion, the meaning of our lives to be provided from the outside. We go to shul and we want shul to be what creates our religious experience. We say, I don't find davening uplifting, and you want it to come from the outside. What are you doing to make an uplifting davening? And in the age of Corona, that shifted. We didn't have everything provided for us. We created our own Rosh Hashanah Yom Kippur experience, which was demanding but deeply gratifying. Every day we have to work on, are we connecting to shul? Are we zooming in? What are we doing to bring religious meaning to our lives? So as we transition, God willing, from a Corona period to a post-Corona period, let's not lose that. Let's not want everything again to be the first days of Pesach, everything to provide from the outside. Let's embrace also the last days of Pesach. Let's figure out how we can have God or the shul or the externals provide for us our religious needs, and how we can say, go forward, trust in me, move forward, make decisions yourself, take ownership of your religious lives. Chag Sameach.